50% of shoppers are using AI to research products before they buy. In today's video, we're going to cover 8 strategies that you can use to rank your Shopify store in ChatGPT. So let's dive in. And if you're new here, my name's Tiffany. I love talking about all things e-commerce, SEO, and helping you make more money online. I started my online business journey about 6 years ago, and I'm currently running a multi-million-dollar Shopify store, which we actually use a lot of the strategies that I'm going to be covering in this video today. So without further ado, let's get into it. Google released AI overviews in May 14th of 2024, and I'm not gonna lie, I sort of panicked when this happened. Clicks were down, the signals were just not looking good until we made our first sale attributed back to ChatGPT. And that's when I knew that there would likely be a way to figure out this system, just like there was with Google. And that's when me and my team did some digging, and we realized that AI is more focused on brand mentions than they are on specific pages. And so the 8 strategies I'm going to go over in today's video, only 2 of them are going to relate to things that you actually need to do on your website. The other 6 are going to be about marketing strategies that are going to help your brand get populated across the web and ultimately be cited by AI more often. The first type of page you're going to want to make is basically a list of your competitors and creating brand X alternatives. So let's take Ridge Wallets for an example. They're probably one of the biggest Shopify stores out there. Well, they're actually getting a lot of their brand search stolen by this small competitor named Extra Wallets. What Extra Wallets did is they wrote up a guide basically comparing Extra versus Ridge, positioning them as the best alternative. And what do you know? If you search up Ridge Wallet alternatives on ChatGPT, Extra is the first product placement. I mean, it's no science. They literally wrote the page, and now ChatGPT is referencing that same page when it comes to what's the best alternative. Okay, this next kind of page is really similar, but slightly different. It's going to be a brand versus brand page. So what that looks like is WooCommerce versus Shopify. So in this case, this is posted on WooCommerce's website, and they're basically going to just state the facts, like what are the features that WooCommerce offers, what are the features Shopify offers, and where do they kind of fall short? What are product positionings that make WooCommerce better for certain people versus other? And the AI loves this. So in both instances, you're targeting more bottom of the funnel keywords, which we love for SEO. We don't want to be educating people on what kind of wallet they want to buy or what kind of software they want to use for their e-commerce journey. We just basically want to catch them in their research process. And these 2 pages allow for you to do that and allow for you to capture your competition's traffic and reroute them to your website. So those are just 2 strategies. The next 6 we're going to go over are really unique, and I don't really hear anybody talking about them online. Okay, now we're going to dive into the offsite marketing strategies that's going to get AI talking about your Shopify store. The first is going to be to publish guest posts. The first thing you're going to want to do is write top 10 articles featuring your brand at number 1 and getting those posted on other people's websites. So for example, if you own a running shoe company, you're going to want to post an article like best running shoes for marathon runners. And you're going to want to get that listicle posted on Runner's World, Trail Runner Magazine. The real key here is you want your brand to be positioned as number 1 at the top of that list. This might seem like a small thing at first, but having tons of websites talk about you on the internet as the best of something is going to make the AI feel like you're the authority in that niche. And that's a really powerful thing when you talk about your brand positioning when it comes to ChatGPT. Okay, now this next one is pretty crazy. No one's really talking about it, but Reddit marketing is absolutely key for e-commerce businesses right now. You're probably seeing it all the time. Google's been ranking forums over people's websites because with all this AI slop nowadays, they're prioritizing real user feedback. Well, Reddit's an algorithm, and there's also ways around Reddit. If you're curious to learn more about how to integrate Reddit marketing, I'll link another video after this. And also, you're going to want to check out the tool called Crowd Reply. I'll link it in the description. But basically, what we're going to want to do is we're going to use Crowd Reply to find relevant threads, like, for example, going back to the running idea. So we're going to look up threads where marathon runners are talking about the best training material, about the best shoes, and you're going to slyly introduce your brand into the conversation. Now there's ways around this so you don't get your post taken down, but figuring this out is going to be really important. Now I know this seems like a lot of different things to do and it can feel overwhelming, but that's why it's really important to use the right tools. I like Crowd Reply. They come equipped with pre-warmed Reddit accounts and easy to find threads that are related to your business. So make sure to check them out below, and if you have any questions, comment them. Now, following the theme of forum discussions, I was actually looking for a good brand for an area rug. So I typed it into Google, and what I found was that a Facebook group was the first ranking post. Now, I usually try to use Google as a good proxy for ChatGPT. I mean, essentially, ChatGPT is using Bing's search engine, which is closely related to Google's. And so they're essentially fanning out the first pages of the SERPs and then using that in their replies. So it's still good to kind of focus on traditional SEO as well. And so with that in mind, finding relevant forums to post on or answering people's questions on like the best type of something, especially if they're related to your brand, is going to be really important. The best way to do this, honestly, I will just look up the keyword for my brand and just try to answer any helpful questions from my own Facebook profile. I just really try to deliver value, and then if they see that I own this business, then they'll usually just come and check it out. But again, just more placements and more places that you're being talked about online. That's the whole theme here when it comes to AI optimization. Another way that's super important to build trust is obviously through reviews. And again, going into this new AI age, these search engines really want to like sift out who are real brands, legit brands, not just spun up websites that can sell a product, get information from a customer, and never fulfill. And getting real user reviews helps you for a couple different reasons. One, it helps from a conversion perspective. People know your brand is legit, they know you're a real place to buy from, you have great customer service, you're selling a quality product. Number two, it's a training the AI in different scenarios on when your product might be the right fit for a customer. For example, for our case, maybe someone's looking for a fire pit for an apartment building, and we have a review saying, hey, this fire pit was beautiful for our apartment building. We're so happy. Well, now it's an additional reference point that the AI can use when citing when your product might be right for someone. And freshness. Freshness is really important when it comes to any sort of SEO optimization, whether it's Google or AI. These algorithms want to know that people are consistently talking about your brand, that you don't have a review from 2 years ago, but you're consistently getting reviews every week, 2 weeks. And that shows that you're an active, real business that they're going to trust to send traffic to. Okay, and if there's any tip that you take away from this video and actually implement in your business, it's gonna be this one. You wanna think about the different types of customer segments you have. Now, I want you to create collection pages of your products that serve those customers. So maybe marathon runners are gonna get the elite brand models of your shoe. Maybe for those families and those new runners, they're gonna get intro model. And you're gonna wanna create collection pages for the products that are serving these different customer segments. And I want you to get as niche as possible. You might think it's pointless. What's the point of creating this content that might not have any search volume? Well, when you think about how people search in AI, it's very specific and tailored to their situation. So use your intuition, think about it from a logical perspective, and don't focus on any fancy keyword tools to tell you whether this page is worth making. Trust me, it's worth making. And the best part is that it's going to rank in Google and it's going to serve your customers when it comes to buying via ChatGPT. Okay, guys, and before I leave you, I want to talk about what you absolutely should not do. Please do not go creating a bunch of AI slop, like just automating this from start to finish. At the end of the day, these strategies, obviously, there's a lot here. If I had to give you like a short list of what to focus on, definitely make those ideal customer profile collection pages, definitely get into Reddit marketing, and definitely make brand versus brand pages. The other tips are going to be great, but these are the three that if I had to pick for you to start tomorrow, they're going to make you immediate revenue. They're going to pay you back instantly, and you're going to get results within 90 days versus traditional SEO that might take 6 months or more. Well, guys, I hope that this video was helpful. If it is, please let me know below. And if you have any questions about ChatGPT or AI search, please comment them and I'll do my best to answer all of them. Till next time, see you later.